Hey guys, before I get into the video, I just wanted to say this video is about my diet and what works for me. Before you try any diets or even think about changing a diet, talk with your doctor. Everyone is different. What works for some people might not work for you, or you can't do it. So as you know, November of 2018 I had gastric bypass surgery, and since then I have been mostly vegetarian, about 80-90%, because, I have a roommate, and sometimes they offer to make dinner or they bring stuff home, and I'm just not going to be rude and. Anyway, I also do intermittent fasting for about 20 hours a day, along with one meal a day. And I take vitamins as well, but that's because of the surgery. I take a multivitamin and a calcium vitamin and vitamin D3 and folic acid. And since then I've lost about 75 pounds. For those who don't know, intermittent fasting is you eat during a specific window. The most popular is 16-8, so 16 hours of the day you don't eat. 8 you do. There's one called the Warrior, which is 20 hours fasting for. Then there's a 23-hour one, which goes along with one meal a day, which is what I do. And I started the one meal thing in January of this year after I was cleared to go back to normal foods. And personally, it works for me. I like the idea of only eating once a day and knowing I'm satisfied on that one meal. But I will be honest, there are days where I cheat and have some food here and there, but that's normal. That is normal. Sorry, I get distracted. But yeah, that is normal for me. I've been, like I said, mostly vegetarian. Like I said, November, December, January, February, up until March, I was pretty much 100% vegetarian. I didn't eat meat at all. Then my roommate and friend moved in with me, and most of the time I don't eat meat. Most of the time I don't eat meat at all. I haven't wanted it. There were a couple times where I just straight out wanted it, but most of the time I'm fine with eggs, cheese. I don't drink dairy milk. I drink soy milk and almond milk. I really don't eat that much dairy. I think the only dairy I eat is cheese, because my town is not big enough to have a Whole Foods, and the nearest Whole Foods is like 2 hours away. I do not want to drive 2 hours just for Whole Foods, a Whole Food store. I am crazy, but I'm not that crazy, and I don't like shopping, so I don't. I also, when I'm fasting, drink this gallon of water. I try to drink a gallon a day. Realistically, I drink maybe half to maybe a little more than half. Maybe there's 3/4 left, depending on the day. Usually on the hotter days, I've constantly refill it, so I'm drinking more than a gallon, just because I'm constantly refilling it. Because, look, this is my view from the 6th floor. Like, I can see across. But as of August 1st, I'll be in a new apartment, so it won't matter. Oh my, why is all of these notifications pulling up when I'm trying to do something? These are notifications that I already know about. Anyway, sorry, ranting. But yeah, for those who don't know, intermittent fasting is the 16-8 is a pretty normal one, and that's the easiest. But I also do extended fasting, which means I go more than 24 hours without eating. I've done my 5-day water fast, which I did on this channel. I do usually 24 to 48 hour water fasts here and there. But like I said, I've cleared with all this with my doctor. They're okay with it as long as I'm taking my medications and my vitamins. You want to check with your doctor, because what works for some people doesn't work for others. And you don't want to put your health at risk because you saw someone on the internet doing it. But if you want to know more about fasting, Dr. Pompa, Pompa, has a YouTube channel and a Facebook page for fasting. And that's what I look and almost dropped my mug. But that's where I look for tips for fasting and stuff like that. So check that out and even bring it up with your doctor. Be like, hey, I want to try intermittent fasting. What would be the best? I would say start very small. You technically intermittent fast every night when you go to sleep. Like, say you stop eating at like 8 p.m., 6 to 8 p.m. You wake up the next day, maybe 8, 9. That's 12 hours. Probably 12 to 14 hours. 10 to 14. Do that and then try the 16-8. But anything more than that, I would definitely check with your doctor, just because that is an extended period. In most cases, more than 16 hours is. That's not really recommended, unless you're in really good shape. And even though I'm not in really good shape, I don't do it often. But as long as I'm taking my vitamins and my blood work is fine and my doctor's okay with it, I can do it. You want to make sure your doctor's okay with it. Like, I cannot stress this enough. But if you have any questions, like I said, that Facebook page is pretty good. YouTube also has a ton of stuff. Google has a ton of stuff. But probably your best resource is your doctor.